What up, guys? We are live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on TikTok. What up, guys? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Let's get to work. NFL Sunday. Let's get it, man. Happy Sunday, guys. Let's cook. Let's cook like we always do. We got work to do. Babe, did you see what happened to my thing? The little black thing?
For your phone?
Yeah.
On your table.
I didn't see it, bro.
Okay.
The broken one, yeah.
No.
Come on, why are you throwing things away? It's not broken. Give it
It's
to me.
broke.
I use it every single day.
Real lie.
Oh my god. Can you get it? Wifey over here throwing my things away, man.
Bro, you've been broken. Why can't you do
Come on, wifey. Oh my gosh. What up, guys? Happy Sunday, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys. Go ahead and drop whatever games y'all want to discuss. And then we could go in that order. Thank you, babe. Thank you, babe. I use this every single day. Appreciate it. What up, guys? Let's get it, man. We got work to do. We got work to do. What up, Warfield? How you doing, brother? What up, Lansing? How you doing, man? How was your Saturday, guys? Free plays down bad. Yeah, man. I know, brother. We got to get those going. Discord, man. Last 3 days have not been good. We gotta bounce back, man. We gotta right the ship. No other way to put it. Yesterday we went 1-3. 1-3 on official plays yesterday. Miami, Florida, man. They dominated that game. We had a chance to backdoor the backdoor Florida State, but we didn't deserve that if we did, man. They really could have. They really could have tried for the touchdown. But it's all good, man. We get it back today, guys. Let's get it. This is not for the weak, man. If you just can't take a little bit of a little cold stretch right now, man, this ain't for you guys. So let's get it. Seahawks 3.5. We could talk about it. Lansing wants to talk about Indy. Let's start with Indy then. While people still get here. Hey, give me a moment, guys. Let's talk about the Raiders versus the Colts real quick. This line opened up 6.5. It's up to 7. 58% of the public is on the Colts, so not a super public play. So that's good there for the Colts. Despite they are the better team here, obviously. Both of these teams coming off of a loss on Sunday. The Raiders lost to the Bears on Sunday. The Colts lost to the Rams on Sunday. They were both of these teams were in it though. The Raiders were in that game. The Colts were in this game for sure. They definitely should have covered the number. They definitely didn't. Let's see here, man. Let's break this down a little bit. I feel like I need some coffee, but I already had my coffee. Geno Smith, definitely not off to a good start here. He ranks 27th in terms of passer rating. Daniel Jones ranks 8th in passer rating. Daniel Jones he's slinging it too, man. He's not just checking it down. He's going downfield. He has an 8.9 yards per average. When you're looking at the X's and O's on this one, real quick, you have when you're looking at the offense, you definitely have an edge with the Indianapolis offense, especially like I said over the passing game. Passing game for sure. Defense, both of these teams are kind of identical. They don't really. They kind of have like a mediocre defense right here. I'm not seeing too many discrepancies. Indianapolis definitely has to clamp down a little bit better in the red zone. The red zone defense is giving up way too many touchdowns right now. What do these teams want to do? Indianapolis actually has been pretty good at establishing the run first, and then they pass second. They're 4th in run frequency so far this year. That bodes well there for the Colts. Again, guys, I think these teams are kind of in a league, in two different leagues so far. You could question the Colts' strength of schedule so far. They rank 29th in terms of strength of schedule of the opponents that they face so far. The Raiders rank 14th, so they've definitely been tested a little bit more here. I don't see a reason to put your hard-earned money on Geno Smith today on the Raiders. I'd be looking at the Colts here to win by a touchdown. That sounds reasonable. again, these teams are kind of the Raiders kind of just one of those teams, just kind of bottom of the barrel at this point. They're 1-3 so far. They're not meeting expectations, and I just don't see a reason why they could go toe for toe in Indianapolis with Daniel Jones the way he is playing. Lansing, you're welcome, brother. What's next, guys? Somebody drop another game, and let's keep it going, man. My man Eagle, all he said was unders. All he said was unders. Are you talking about for the whole day, or are you talking about for that game specifically? It's funny. It's funny. All you said was unders because, guys, I track pretty much everything, and one of the things I'm tracking is last week. Last week overs were 8. They were 10-6 last week. 10-6 to the over last week. So I would expect that to regress back to the mean. I'd be looking at unders today in general. I think it could be a good day for unders with so many overs a week ago. Whole day, yep. Yo, bro, you're thinking the exact same I'm thinking. Drake May or Daniel Jones. I'm not a big fantasy guy, but looks like the passing game for Las Vegas not so strong. Or Daniel May or Drake May, excuse me. Yeah, I'm not going against that Buffalo pass defense. That Buffalo pass defense is really good. I would say go with my man Daniel Jones. Daniel Dollars, man. What game is next, guys? Somebody drop another game. Let's keep it going. Happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Hit the follow button. We're going to keep this thing going, man. Not off to the greatest last 3 days. But that's okay, man. That's part of the deal, guys. We were on a crazy heater. In our last 2 Sundays, we're 14-1. So our Sundays are we still own Sundays. We've hit 14 out of the last 15. So I expect today to be no different, man. We are firing like normal. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. What game is next, guys? Jets and Cowboys, Arizona versus Tennessee. Eagles game. Let me see if I could get some consensus. Arizona. Okay, I'm seeing more Arizona than anything else. So let's talk about Arizona real quick. We are talking about Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans versus the Arizona Cardinals here. This is an interesting one here, guys. Give me red for the Cardinals, blue for the Titans. What side are you on today? We're talking about the 7.5 point number. 7.5. Arizona is favored by 7.5 at home. Tennessee is the road team here. Let's talk about this one real quick. This line opened up Arizona 8.5. It is down to 7.5, and the public is on Arizona. So that's showing you very clearly there definitely some sort of reversal there. You have the public on Arizona, but the line is moving in favor of Tennessee. Let's see if we can see it through. Tennessee, we could start with the strength of schedule, guys. Tennessee has been tested. They've played some pretty good teams. They rank 8th. Arizona still hasn't been tested. I know they played Seattle. They played a good Seattle team at home. But besides that, they played teams like the Saints and the Panthers at home. So strength of schedule wise, these teams have not been tested. Arizona does have an advantage in terms of rest. They're coming off of a mini bye. They haven't played since Thursday, so that's an advantage there for Arizona. Neither of these quarterbacks are really are meeting expectations. Kyler Murray is not having a great year. Cam Ward, you already know his rookie season is not off to a good start. I got a little trend for you guys here. Winless teams on the road. Winless teams at this point of the season, they hit at a 61% against the number, specifically in week 5. So this is kind of when your teams get desperate and you see a better effort from them. But the Tennessee Titans are on a historic streak right now. They are 4-20 in their last 24 games against a number. 4-20. So this goes back years. They're just not covering. They're not a franchise. They're not a team that covers a number. The cap is going to point to Tennessee. Tennessee staying in this game. I have no interest. I'm at the point with Tennessee and teams like Tennessee. They got to show me something first. And Tennessee has shown me nothing. But if I had to lean, I think Tennessee is alive here, man. Leave Tennessee out of it. Exactly, brother. Somehow, some way, the Cardinals will make Cam Ward look like Tom Brady. There you go. It sounds like you, Caleb, it sounds like you know from experience. You might be an Arizona fan. But yes, Cam Ward, man, I mean, he was obviously drafted high, and he had some high expectations. This is your chance right here. The Arizona passing game is the weakness of the defense. The run defense is really good, but the pass defense definitely like middle of the pack. Maybe this is what you needed here, and like I said, and guys, this is kind of the information that I want you guys to give me as well. I just heard this in the press conference that Cam Ward referred to his team as ass. He said, "We are ass." That's as low as you'll hear in a press conference when talking about your own team. Guys, you gotta take those things you're hearing and let me know, share it if you have that kind of information. I think that can kind of spark a team right there, man. There's nothing worse than playing like booty cheeks, and that's what he said. That's what he said the Titans are right now. So keep that in mind, guys. What game is next? My man wants to talk about the Chargers. Long live McAir. I'm a Titans fan until the day I die. There you go, brother. Tennessee 10.5. That could be good there if you're using it as like a teaser or something. Crafty says put the Saints to win. Put the mortgage on it. Oof. My man's putting the mortgage on a guy that has yet to cover the spread as a professional quarterback. But he says put the mortgage on it, man. Caleb said, yeah, he's an Arizona fan. There you go, man. So that made sense. I could see that coming. Any good props? I'm not a big prop guy, brother. We are focused on sides and totals today, man. This is what we've been eating with. And our last 2 Sundays have been crazy. We went 14-1 in our last 2 Sundays. 7-0 in 1 week, and then 7-1 last week. And honestly, that one loss, I should have had it back, man. I came on here and told you guys Ravens was a pass, and then I ended up talking myself into it. 14-1 on our last 2 Sundays, man. I'm expecting no different today. I know we're not rolling the way we should be coming into this. The last 3 days haven't been great, but trying to be transparent with you guys. It's part of the deal, man. Let's get back to what we do on NFL Sundays. What game is next? Excuse me. Sorry. The Cowgirls, the Browns. Try to give me the home teams, guys, so we can see a consensus here. So I'm being asked about the Eagles, the Jets. The Browns, 3.5. You're talking live. I did think somehow, some way the Browns were going to stay in it. I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel making his first start on the road across the pond of all places. But yes, I do think Browns covered the game initially. I don't have a game. I don't have a pick on it. Chargers. Taysom Hill's back for the Saints. Okay. He's good for fantasy football. Cam is goated. Yeah, not yet, man. All right, let's see. What game is next, guys? Come on, give me a consensus. Jets, Chargers, Saints, Chargers, Saints mortgage. All right, let's check on that mortgage real quick. We don't have too much time left. Let's go to the Giants and New Orleans game real quick, guys. We're going to speed through these games. Give me red for the Giants, blue for the Saints. What side are you on today? Red for the Giants, blue for the Saints. This is Jackson Dart. Ooh, I need to update this. Jackson Dart is making his second career start here for the Giants. They're not going to give me... Why is it not on here already? ESPN, fix your charts, brother. Red for the Giants, blue for the Saints. Let's talk about this one real quick. These are obviously two of the teams that are not, obviously meeting expectations, guys. In terms of scheduling, this is not a good spot here for. Let me move this a little bit. This is not a good spot here for the Giants. That's because they're coming off of a huge win. They're coming off of a Super Bowl against the Chargers. They won outright when nobody expected them to win outright. And then they have to travel to New Orleans, and then they come back home on Thursday Night Football to play the Eagles. So they got on 4 days later. 4 days from now, they'll be playing the Eagles, their division rival, at home. So not a good spot here for Jackson Dart, but it does help that you are up against Spencer Rattler, who, like I mentioned, not great and doesn't even not really a huge threat at quarterback. He's completing his average per attempt is 5.2 yards per attempt. This guy is not a guy that's really capable. The biggest weakness in terms of in the trenches, the offense, the New Orleans Saints defensive line. They are not generating pressure. They're not getting to the quarterback. They're not getting sacks. They could give Jackson Dart a whole lot of time here. When comparing offense to offense, it looks like you have an edge here for the Giants offense. They've shown us something. I know Malik Neighbors, I believe, is out for the season, so that should be in red here. So they're going to be without Neighbors, but they still got, Scatterbo and some pieces there. And like I was mentioning earlier, not only the New Orleans defensive line is a mess, the whole defense is a mess. They're capable of letting Jackson Dart look like primetime Eli Manning maybe in his prime. Guys, I think this is. I get it. The sharp move here is to take the winless New Orleans Saints at home and fade the Giants. And it is a tough scheduling spot for the Giants, so I probably won't be on them. But I think this is an over-exaggeration, guys. This line has moved from 1.5. Giants were favored by 1.5 at the open. Now the New Orleans Saints are favored by 1.5. That's a 3-point move. That's pretty drastic, and going through 0 as well. Obviously, a key number. I think the only way to play this would be the Giants. I think Jackson Dart has a spark. He has some swag to him. Spencer Rattler doesn't, man. Believe what the eyes are telling you, guys. If you wake up and take the Saints today, I just think there's better use to your money, man. Let's go. Kamara to get a touchdown. I do like Kamara. I think Kamara is you got to put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. My man said, I love the Saints today. Again, man, I think there's better plays on the board if you woke up today. NFL Rapid Fire, brother. No, Rapid Fire was an MLB segment. I'm going to get you guys some different segments for NFL. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. What game is next? What game y'all want to talk about next? We don't have a whole lot of time left, so let's keep it moving, guys. My man on YouTube, Make It Make Sense, says, who do you like today? I appreciate it. We are cooking it up right now. We are cooking it up. So whatever games you guys want to discuss, go ahead, drop it in the chat, and we'll go through it, man. Jets game. Chargers. My man's been asking for Chargers several times. So let me go to the Chargers real quick, and then I'll go to the Jets. I got you guys with the Jets. Looks like you guys are asking for that a lot as well. Let's go to the Chargers real quick. This is an interesting one as well. You got Washington on the road here versus the Chargers. I think the lead story here with Washington is they got a bunch of injuries, but at least they got one good thing going for them is that Jaden Daniels is back at quarterback today. Let me update my chart here. Yep, Jaden Daniels is back at quarterback, but they're missing some weapons here. You guys know already Eckler is on the IR. And then Terry McLaurin is out. Noah Brown is out. Deebo Samuel is going to be your top target there for Washington. Let's talk about scheduling-wise, guys. I think the scheduling kind of cap has worked the best. Let's really start there and let's go there. Let's go through it. Washington is coming off of the loss against Atlanta. They lost as a 2.5-point dog there. That line, if you guys remember, was definitely a favorable. That spot there was favorable for Atlanta. Atlanta was coming off of the blowout loss to the Carolina Panthers, right? So that spot was kind of favorable there for Atlanta. Washington, on the other hand, they're not so they were in that game. They were in that game despite it being a really good spot for Atlanta. They got Chicago on deck. I'm not really seeing anything crazy there. You have two quarterbacks, guys. Justin Herbert was off to a good start this year, but he's definitely regressed back to the mean. When you're looking at both of these, Jaden Daniels hasn't been explosive in the games that he's played so far, but these guys are kind of similar here in terms of the numbers. When you're looking at offense versus offense, Washington, their strength is running the ball. They have a really good success rate at running the ball, 5.9 yards per carry. Pretty good numbers there. And that is the weakness there to the Chargers defense playing the run. Let's see if Washington actually sticks with the run, though. That's a different thing. Yes, they are ninth in terms of run frequency. So Washington wants to run the ball. They're good at running the ball, and that is the Chargers' weakness there. Chargers, on the other hand, they just want to pass the ball. They just want to throw it, and that is the weakness of the Washington defense as well. So you can kind of see the offenses having their way here. But I think the difference here, a major difference here, is the defensive line. The defensive line for Washington is generating a lot of pressure. Even when blitzing and not blitzing, the defensive line is much superior here for Washington. I think this is a good spot for Washington to bounce back after that loss to Atlanta. They've missed their quarterback there for a while. Again, that spot last week was very favorable for Atlanta, and actually it wasn't favorable for Washington. Washington was coming off of the blowout win against the Raiders, if you guys remember. So that wasn't a favorable spot there for Washington. I think this one is better with the Chargers coming back home. They did lose outright to the Giants, and that is pretty embarrassing. But again, the Chargers were definitely overachieving coming into that game, and that was a low spot for them. I like Washington here. I think Washington is the right spot against the Chargers. How much is Kaba? How much is the Discord? Is $70. $70 includes 4 weeks of NFL, 4 weeks of college football, 4 weeks of MLB playoffs. Man, a whole month of my plays. NFL Sundays. We've been owning these Sundays, man. We are 14-1 in our last 2 Sundays. So 14 out of 15, man. I expect no different today, guys. If you guys want to join the squad, link is in bio. Let's see. What game is next, guys? Drop the home team. Let's focus on the games that already haven't started, Octa. What game is next? Let's see. Bears, Chargers. We just talked about the Chargers. Cowboys and Jets was next. Let's talk about Dallas versus the Jets real quick. Yes, I got you guys with the Jets. Give me red for Dallas. Red for the Cowboys, blue for the Jets. What side do you want today? Red for the Cowboys, blue for the Jets. Red for the Cowboys, blue for the Jets. Let's, again, guys, let's try to start with the scheduling spot, okay? Let's try to make sense of the scheduling spot because really, that goes hand in hand with the storylines and what people are kind of... what the public is probably looking at here, guys. Looking at Dallas versus the Jets, this line opened up 1.5. It did go up to 2.5 during the week, but it is back down to 1.5. This is one of the most public plays of the day. Looks like it's the second most public play of the day. You guys can probably guess what the top play is. The Detroit Lions, of course. So Dallas, man, Dallas coming off of that hell of a tie. They ended up tying against the Packers on Sunday Night Football. Everybody watched it. It was a national TV game. The Prescott looked unstoppable. He looked great against a pretty good Green Bay defense. Jets, on the other hand, we saw them on Monday Night Football against Miami. They ended up losing that game. They were never really in that game. We ended up getting the cover on the teaser. But again, the Jets were kind of playing from behind. The penalties were bad. It was an ugly game. In terms of scheduling, Dallas is on to Carolina. The Jets have Denver on deck, so nothing to really see there. Let's take a look here, man. Where are we? Where are the numbers that are really sticking out here, guys? Let's focus on the numbers that are sticking out here, guys. I can already tell you I can't trust the Jets. I can't just trust the Jets because not only are they not doing too much on offense, their offense is struggling a whole lot here, even with Justin Fields at quarterback. And I like Justin Fields. I think he's capable. I think he is capable of being a starting quarterback here. But it's the offensive line. It's the offensive line. They rank 32nd in terms of pressure allowed. They're allowing a whole lot of pressure, even when blitz and not blitz. They're not picking up the pressure a whole lot, pretty good at all. The Jets on the defensive line as well, they rank 30th in terms of, so they're not generating pressure on the defensive side either in terms of the line. So when we're talking about the trenches, the Jets are just built horribly in terms of the two lines that they got to work with. So that is terrible. That is tough when you have Dallas on the other side, you have Prescott on the other side. Let's talk about offense to offense. You have a huge edge here for the Dallas offense. They could pass the ball on you. They could run the ball on you. And let's see what they want to do, though. Their run frequency, in terms of run frequency, yeah, they're pass. They are the second most pass-happy team, and that is the weakness of the Jets' defense. Guys, I think the cap stops there. I know Dallas looked great, and I don't love to take a team that just looked great on primetime television. But the Jets look so bad, right? The Jets look bad against Miami. But I'm not waking up today and putting my hard-earned money on the Jets. I think I know it's probably going to be the sharper play. But with those offensive line, with those lines, both the offense and the defensive line looking as bad as they look, I can't start my day with the Jets today. It would have to be the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys is the right spot. It is the second most public play of the day, so do keep that in mind. Fields doesn't throw down the field. Fields doesn't throw down the field. It actually, he has a 7.8 yards per attempt. So, but it's his yards per game. So his yards per game, he doesn't end up throwing a whole lot. I think it was like the third quarter, and he only had like 10 or 12 passes, and they were back. They were behind on the game. They were behind on the game, and they still weren't throwing the ball. So yeah, it's definitely it's frustrating when you watch a Jets game for sure. Over or under on which game? You're talking about this Jets game? Let's take a look. Here. That wasn't an over under that I was tracking. Let me see if I could get you a good idea of what is the right way to go here. It looks like the market is moving this thing from 47.5 up to 48.5. For me to get behind and under. There's one thing I need to change here. It looks like this is opposite, guys, and that's these teams. These teams don't. Let me see. Let me switch this real quick. There we go. Now it makes more sense. We're talking about the teams that hold on to the ball. They run the clock. They keep the clock running. The Dallas Cowboys and the Jets are not one of those teams. Like I said, the Cowboys are pass happy, so that keeps the clock stopped on incompletions. They don't. Their time of possession, they're both bottom of the league. The only way I could play this is the over, Dallas and Jets over. What game is next, guys? Drop the home team. What game y'all want to talk about? Drop the home team so I can see a consensus. My man wants to talk about the Panthers, the Eagles. That's a good one. We should talk about Eagles. Okay, I see it twice. Guys, feel free to spam the comments. If you guys want to spam the comments, that's cool with me, guys. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Yeah, man, just straight up, last 3 days haven't been as good as we're used to. There's a high level of expectation, and we're coming into Sunday, man, on even, we're still on high spirits. We still got high energy, man. We expect to bounce back today. We have gone 14-1 on our last 2 Sundays, 14-1, 7-0 2 weeks ago, 7-1 last week. Join the Discord, link is in bio. $70, you get a whole month of college football, NFL, and MLB playoffs. Panthers, Eagles, Colts, Jaguars. Jaguars is tomorrow, brother. Let's talk about the Eagles game real quick. This is Denver versus Philadelphia here. Let's get the juices flowing on this one real quick. Give me red for the Broncos, blue for the Eagles. What side are you on today? Red for the Broncos, blue for the Eagles. This is it opened up 5.5. It is down to 4.5. And where's the public on this one? The public is on Philadelphia, of course. Denver versus Philadelphia. This line opened up 5.5. It is down to 4.5. It was down to 3.5, so it is kind of making its way back a little bit. Will be interesting to see where this one closes. Let's walk through this one real quick, guys, especially scheduling-wise. Denver is coming off of that blowout win against the Bengals, okay? They look great on national TV. They dominated a bad Bengals team, okay? Philadelphia, on the other hand, they played that game against Tampa Bay, and they dominated. They really were in control of that whole game. Tampa Bay came back later in the game and made it look interesting, but it really was settled. I mentioned earlier, Philadelphia does have the Giants on deck. You're probably wondering, okay, it is a division game, and it is on Thursday Night Football, so this is not like a look ahead of any sort, but you do got to keep in mind they do play on Thursday, 4 days from now. Okay. In terms of passing, there's a lot of criticism with Jalen Hurts, right? He doesn't throw for a whole lot of yards. He doesn't really go down the field, but he is efficient. He is very efficient. He is 10th in terms of passer rating with the 101 passer rating and completing 69% of his passes so far. Here's where I think Denver could be sneaky. Look at Denver in the trenches, yo. Denver in the trenches, they have the second best offensive line in terms of pressure rate allowed when blitz and not blitz. Both the Denver Broncos have a strong offensive line. And if you're wondering why you're seeing Philadelphia kind of a little sluggish on offense, is their offensive line is actually, they're known for being a good offensive line, but so far this year they're not really playing with it. They are allowing a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts. Maybe Jalen Hurts is holding on to the ball too long, but just keep that in mind. When it comes to the trenches, Denver has the edge on both sides of the ball here. When looking at offense versus offense, there really isn't an edge on either side here. Both of these offenses are pretty good here on both sides. And then when you're looking at the defensive side as well, both of the defenses are both top 10 units. It looks like in all the categories here. Both of these teams want to establish the run, especially Philadelphia. Philadelphia, all they do is run. Looks like Denver is prepared to defend the run pretty well. Denver also wants to establish the run. They're 10th in terms of run frequency. That is the weakness of the Philadelphia defense, okay? You can't pass on the Philadelphia defense, but you can definitely run on them. Look at the terrible success rate, 52% success rate. That means teams are getting 4 or 5 yards on them every single carry against Philadelphia. In fact, that is the worst. That is the worst defensive run success rate on the board today. So Denver wants to run the ball. They are able to run the ball. They're going to control the trenches. Guys, this is a spot here for the Broncos. I think the Broncos is the right side here. Philadelphia's kind of been skating by a little bit here. Jalen Hurts not really testing the waters too much. I will say Philadelphia has played a tough strength of schedule. They do rank second in terms of strength of schedule. Denver 27th. We know they played the Bengals and the Titans and teams like that, and they were struggling there for a little bit. But sometimes all you need is to play one of those bottom of the barrel teams and beat up on the Bengals the way they did to get your confidence back. I think this is a spot here for the Broncos on the road in Philadelphia. I'm not ready to call for the outright win, but because Jalen Hurts has been really good in his career at home, he's been very good. But I think this is a spot here for the Broncos. Let me see what you guys said on this one real quick. Looks like you guys are also feeling the Broncos. Interesting. I thought I was gonna be on an island there. But Anna wants to talk about the Panthers game. Okay, we can talk about Panthers. What game is next, guys? How's Viking looking? I don't know what that means, brother. I don't know what Viking means. Eagles 4.5 made. I don't think that's the right play. I think Broncos is the right side here. You remember Philadelphia is also they play 4 days from now as well against their division game against a division rival. It's not their best division rival, but it is a division rival. Kay says Waddle to get a touchdown. Tua does play really good against crappy teams like Carolina. And with no Hill in the lineup anymore, I would expect Waddle to get the most looks. Looks like you guys want to talk about Panthers. I'm seeing a whole lot of Panthers. Bills, we could talk about that as well, Candace. Give me a moment here. Let's talk about the Panthers game real quick. We are talking about, where is it at real quick? Miami versus Carolina. We're not going to spend too much time. Give me red for Miami, red for the Dolphins, blue for Carolina. What side are you on today? Red for the Dolphins, blue for the Panthers. This line opened up 1.5. It has stayed 1.5 the whole week. This is a toss-up. Looks like the public has 52% here on Miami, so not really public. Miami, okay, scheduling wise, guys, let's go. Miami's coming off of that win against the Jets, and they look decent. They look okay on prime time there. But again, that was the Jets. Carolina, they went up to New England, got blown out. They got destroyed in New England. If you guys remember, though, Carolina was doing the butt whooping a week before that. They were whooping the Falcons' butt 30-0. So that's probably why you saw Carolina come back down to earth last week against New England. Let's talk about who these teams have on deck. Nothing major here. No reason to. I mean, these are crappy teams. They're definitely not looking ahead to anybody. When in the trenches, guys, both of these offensive lines are pretty good, but Carolina's defensive line is probably the worst in terms of pressure rate. They're not generating pressure at all on Miami on any of their opponents so far this year. They're letting Drake May look like Tom Brady in 2008. So that's concerning. That's very concerning there. When you're looking at offense versus offense, it does look like we have a small edge here for Miami. Nothing crazy so far this year. But on defense, the Carolina defense is definitely the better unit, especially against the pass. Okay, what do these teams want to do? Both of these teams are actually pass-happy teams. Neither of them really stick to the run. Let's see who's capable of passing the ball a little bit more. You gotta take Tua in that kind of spot, especially against the pass defense. So the weakness for Carolina is actually their run defense. But like I mentioned earlier, with a weak defensive line that's not generating pressure, the way Carolina is, you got to think Tua eats in this kind of situation here. Again, in his career against teams below 500 like Carolina, Tua is 21-12 against the number, 64% against the number in his career. I got the Dolphins as well on the road. They perform pretty much better on the road as a road dog. As a road favorite, the way they are today, they are 5-0, 5-0 since 2003. Guys, I think the right side there to be on is on Miami. So far I don't feel like these are slam dunks because the numbers are pointing to one thing and then the situational spot points to another thing. So the numbers are pointing to Miami here, right? But then the situational spot, Carolina just got spanked, so you would expect them to play better. Miami looked good on Monday Night Football on primetime television, so that's fresh on everybody's mind. But I think if I had to pick it, this would be Miami. What about the Ravens? We haven't talked about that game. We could talk about it still. Let's go, guys. One more game, and then I have to get off of here. Let me check on YouTube. So, Panthers, that should answer your question. Joe, what's good, Joe? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Sunday. Guys, my man Joe's one of the real ones in the Discord, man. He knows we can put a lot of wins together in bunches, okay? We could go 7-0 on a day. We've done it. We've done it on back-to-back Sundays pretty much. Went 7-0 2 weeks ago, 7-1 last week. So, man, I'm expecting a high success rate like that again today. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Free plays, man. Free plays have not been smacking this week. Kind of disappointed on those, but we're gonna try to bounce back. If you want one of my free plays today, one of my top plays, I'm gonna give it to you for free. Link is in bio. Let's talk about what game were we gonna talk about real quick. Ravens. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston. Why do I want to say Astros? Houston Texans. Give me red for the Texans. Give me blue for the Ravens. What side are you on? Red for the Texans. Blue for the Ravens. This line has moved from 6.5. Baltimore opened up 6.5. That's when we thought Lamar Jackson could play. He's not playing. Okay. Houston is now favored by 1.5. This is a 8-point line movement here. Not just because Lamar Jackson, Baltimore is banged up. They are really injured, and we gotta keep an eye on their defensive back to see if Kyle Hamilton is playing as well. Let's go through this one real quick, guys. Baltimore, they look bad. They look bad on America's Game of the Week against Kansas City. They lost 20-37. The scoreboard looks 17. It looks like a blowout. It was probably even worse than that. Baltimore was my only loss last Sunday, so I know that one very well. Houston coming off of a blowout win. They crushed who? Tennessee. They crushed Tennessee 26-0. Covered that number easily. But here's a good spot though for Houston in terms of scheduling. They are heading into their bye week. Okay, they are heading into their bye week. I've told you guys, pay attention to teams that are heading into their bye week. Last week, this thing went 3-1. Teams that were heading into their bye week went 3-1. The Pittsburgh Steelers were one of them. They're off today, obviously. And there were a few others. The Vikings were one of these spots, but again, you don't take it blindly. You take it when it makes sense. So Houston going into the bye week. So the idea there is that you give it all you got. You give it all you got. You're off for the next 14 days, or you don't play at least for the next 14 days. So you give it all you got. So Baltimore is going to be starting Cooper Rush here. We've seen him with Dallas, with the Cowboys. He's been the backup there. He's played a lot, so he has a lot of starting experience there for a backup quarterback. C.J. Stroud on the other side, not a quarterback you could really trust. So we know C.J. Stroud is not having his best season. He ranks 21st in passer rating. Cooper Rush, we don't know. He could be decent. Cut Baltimore some slack as well. They've played the number one strength of schedule so far. They played the hardest schedule. They played the Lions. They played the Chiefs in Arrowhead. They played the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Guys, that is a terrible way to start your season. But yet the offense is still putting up big numbers. Again, Lamar Jackson's not here anymore, so that's going to change some of the numbers. Baltimore's defense got to figure it out here a little bit. But I think against this matchup against Houston, this is your classic. Houston could be inflated here coming off of a 26-0 win. Baltimore on the other side could be a lot of people downgrading them right now. I think the right side here is Baltimore. I think this number is an overreaction. I will be grading it as an overreaction, which are so far 5-8 so far in the season against the number. If you guys are chasing the scheme, you're going to get burnt. I think Baltimore's the right side here. Ravens D is banged up. Yes, they are banged up. But again, my argument is who on Houston's team scares you. Tank Dell is out of the lineup, and CJ Stroud just not. Bro, this guy is playing like he's got some sort of head injury, man. I'm telling you, it's bad when you're watching a Houston's game. I'm throwing out this number. I'm throwing out that win against Tennessee, 26-0. It's Houston's not good, man. They're not good this year. But yes, Ravens D is banged up. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time. For real, CJ's been hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm sorry we went 40 minutes today. We still went pretty well. If you guys have any follow-up questions, drop it on my last video. I will respond. I am trying to bounce back here, man. 1-3 yesterday is not going to cut it. I'm trying to bounce back, and what better day than Sundays? We have owned Sundays, 14-5 in our last NFL Sundays. 14 out of 15. So 14-1. We went 7-0 2 weeks ago, 7-1 last week, man. I'm trying to get back to it. Guys, good luck to everybody. Honestly, again, this is not me versus you. This is us against them, guys. Good luck to you guys. Hope you guys make some money today. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. YouTube, Twitter, thanks for catching me today. I'll catch you guys on the next one tomorrow. Peace.